Mr. Anderson, Mechanist pilot with medium license. Smith brings a very unique kit to the Mechanist role. When we look at the other Mechanist, Melissa provides incredible healing even across the map. Lorna offers top-tier support with buff and act again. And with her signature weapon now, she can generate even more AP each turn. But Smith plays very differently. He focuses on utility, survivability, and control. Can save a pilot from death, clean special terrain effect, copies your current AP and HP state. After taking damage or spending AP, your pilot can return to that saved state. On top of that, he can also enable a debuff focus playstyle, opening new team composition. Honestly, after taking a deeper look at his kit, Mr. Anderson is quite interesting. He doesn't feel like a must pull, but could be worth grabbing at A0, just to have him for certain challenge stages. As the game evolves, there will always be more strategies, and having flexible pilots like him open up new options. Now let's see what he can do and how we should play him. Smith talent provide excellent survivability in both PvE and PvP. Whenever one of your pilots is attacked and their body takes fatal damage, Smith will save them. It triggers Guts effect, teleport your pilot back to Smith, creates a clone at the location where the pilot was attacked. But this may not trigger if your pilots take fatal damage from code skills. This talent can only activate once per sortie, unless we unlock additional uses through neural drives, which we'll cover later. The clone cannot attack, it simply stays in the place for one turn and can be destroyed. At A3, Smith upgrades his clone and make it much more annoying for enemies to deal with. It prevents the attacker from triggering re-attack effect, which is especially useful against PvP focused pilots. It also applies disarm debuff, meaning the enemy won't be able to attack on their next turn. This turns the clone from just decoy into strong distortion tool. Skill 1. This is very unique support skill. Only 2 range, but effect is 5 tile area. Restore HP, repair up to 1 destroyed part, can remove any special terrain within the area. For example, it can remove burn terrain. It works in the modes like Arm Conquest, where even pilots like Typhus cannot replace certain special tiles. But we need to take a note, this skill will not work on special terrain that has immunity. If the terrain descriptions say it has higher priority or cannot be removed, this skill will not remove special terrains. Skill 2. Unique passive. This is easily my favorite part of Smith's kit. It turns your team into the debuff focus squad, allowing your pilots to apply one random debuff after attacks. The good news works with the single repair skill, also work with AoE support skill. So, for example, if you Rainbow Smith ST, you'll be able to apply this effect to 2 pilots per turn when using single repair skill. This adds a lot of utility and opens up strong debuff based strategies. Skill 3. Unique support skill. Another very unique ability in Smith kit. Single target, restore HP, repairs up to 2 destroyed parts, applies special buff to the target. This buff records the pilot current state, HP, AP, and overall status at the moment the buff is applied. After both your turn and the enemy turn end, the pilot is restored back to that record state. That means any HP lost, restore. Any AP spent, restore. It's basically full reset to that moment in time. This opens up some very strong plays. For example, you can send a pilot forward as a bait. Let them spend all their AP and take damage, and the next turn they'll be back to full HP and full AP. This is especially powerful with pilots like William, Camilla, in the future Wataru, or even Arthur, who can spend 8 plus AP in the single turn. With this skill, they can go all in and still come back ready to attack again with full AP on the next turn. Skill 3, optional passive. If you need even more debuff for the stage, this is great optional passive to run on Smith. By equipping a light sniper, he gains 4 range and can apply 2 debuff for free whenever he triggers link attacks. So it's not just your team applying the buff anymore, Smith himself become the buffer too. This makes him even more flexible, especially in stages where stacking the buff is a key. Signature weapon. How good it is. Smith's signature weapon is a solid upgrade to his overall kit. Adds damage reduction, similar to Gareth's talent. This effect is removed once pilots take damage. After launching 3 link attacks, Smith gains support buff. -1 skill cooldown, -1 AP cost. This allows him to cycle his unique support skill faster while also saving AP, making his gameplay much smoother and more efficient. There is also important bonus tied to his talent. When his talent activates and he saves a pilot from death, that pilot gains immunity to execution. This is especially useful in PvP, as it directly counter threats like Ophelia. Smith can normally perform 2 links attack per turn, but with this signature weapon passive, he can go up to 3 link attacks. This line up perfectly with his main effect. After 3 link attacks, he gains support buff. So if you manage all 3 in single turn, you can constantly trigger this buff every turn, which is a huge for his uptime. The second passive focus on survivability. Works well with his build where Smith applied the buff. Can reduce up to 30% damage dealt by attackers. The downside, we won't see this signature weapon anytime soon. It's tied to Arm Conquest number 15. Now, Odysseus ST. Let's break it down. 4-piece set. Effect only activates when using single target repair skill, but provides very strong support buff. Reduce AP cost for the first skill used. Rainbow effect. Reduce damage taken for all allies within 2 tiles. Only applies if their HP is above 50%. At the max level, after repairing, your Mechanist gain re-attack once per turn. And this is real game changer, and it synergizes perfectly with 4-piece effect. Odysseus ST. Should you pull? Absolutely yes. This is T0 ST. Best of the best for Mechanist. Even today, Mechanist still using this ST on CN server. It remains the strongest option, which means no real power creep for a long time. Now, the big question, do you need multiple copies on release? No, you don't. For free-to-play players, the recommendation is simple: pull 1 copy only, then wait for runs, dispatch mission or Harpy events. There is even the chance it appears again in Rosa Judgment patch for Harpy event. G1 Odysseus ST, it's already a strong starting point, and you can use purple modules in the meantime. Of course, your choice. If you can afford more copies on release and don't mind the risk, that's up to you, but overall, waiting will save a lot of pulls without losing much value. Weapon setup, main weapon, machine gun or light sniper. Light sniper if you need for range, especially in situation where you stun a boss and want to avoid retaliation from 3 range attack. Secondary weapon, light shield. Currently, best option are 7 or Lorna signature weapon. There will also be another Rainbow Manipulator from Arm Conquest number 9, but in my opinion, it's better to save your blueprints and aim for AC-15 version instead. Module recommendation for Smith. There aren't too many options to consider. Blazer for increased damage and Aurora for better survivability. If you go in G1 on release, like me, you can simply use purple Road Runner modules for now. Neural Drives Overview. If you decide pull for Smith, like most Mechanist, 2 Bionic is minimum to get extra movement and reduce AP cost on support skills. My personal recommendation is actually 0 investments, since it's better to save Bionics for Lorna and Melissa. Smith is more of the niche deploy unit, so he can function fine without upgrades. That said, let's break it down his neural drives. 1 CP after talent activation and teleporting friendly unit, Smith now also heals the target. 7 CP standard AP reduction for repair skill. 10 CP talent can now be activated multiple times per battle with 3 turn cooldown. 13 CP quality of life after teleportation, the target has to debuff this spell. And 16 CP unlocks special code skill. After saving the pilot and teleporting them, you can sacrifice the clone to return that pilot to their original position. This one is very niche and can be used in rare occasion. Even though Smith has strong utility, you can run him at 0 Bionics and still get value. If you do invest, up to 3 Bionics max is enough. Sector 1 7 CP, Sector 2 10 CP. Anything beyond is optional. Final thoughts. Is Smith worth it? Yes and no. He's going to remain niche Mechanist. Don't get me wrong, he brings great quality of life for certain future challenges, but you can play around him and be just fine without him. Personal take, I'm skipping Smith, but I'll pull for 1 copy of his ST on release. Plan is, grab 4 cubes from the current Harpy event, save them for the future run. Redeem when Smith ST returns, likely around the Rosa Judgment patch. But we'll see, nothing confirmed. Smith has good early PvP potential, especially for countering certain pilots. Smith is perfectly fine at A0 and 0 Bionic investments. You will still get value from special terrain removal, debuff support, turning your team into debuff comp. His record state mechanic, which is amazing for pilots who spend a lot of AP in 1 turn and reset back to full HP and AP on the next turn. Final take. Personally, I'm hoping to get him off banner in the future rather than pulling now. He is interesting, but not someone I feel I need. Do not skip Odysseus ST though. Grab 1 copy, then wait for runs and dispatch. Hope this helped you decide your pulls and understand how Smith works. Thank you guys for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye.